Ambassador Kethvar's four eyes swept across the grand amphitheater of the Galactic Council, savoring the moment that would cement his species' dominance for millennia to come. The Zephyrian delegate's chitinous exoskeleton gleamed under the OER chamber's artificial lighting as he prepared to deliver the final verdict on humanity's fate. Esteemed members of the council, Kethvar's translator rendered his clicks and hisses into the common tongue. After extensive deliberation, we have reached our conclusion regarding the human problem. The assembled delegates, representatives of 47 civilizations spanning 3 galactic arms, leaned forward in anticipation. Humans had been the source of considerable debate since their discovery 50 Earth years ago. Unlike most species that joined the galactic community with reverence and humility, humans had approached with curiosity, questions, and an unsettling tendency to examine everything with scientific scrutiny. The species designation human has been classified as Category 7, technologically primitive. Their homeworld, designated Sol 3, possesses no meaningful defensive capabilities. No energy shields, no particle beam arrays, no quantum displacement weapons. Kethvar paused dramatically. Their most advanced military technology appears to be chemical propulsion and kinetic projectiles. Ripples of what passed for laughter among the various species echoed through the chamber. The crystalline hegemony's representative chimed harmoniously, while the gas-formed nebulons pulsed with amused bioluminescence. Furthermore, Kethvar continued, preliminary scans indicate their industrial capacity is limited to a single planet. No orbital foundries, no asteroid mining operations, no stellar engineering projects. They are in essence defenseless. The human ambassador, Dr. Sarah Chen, sat in the defendant's pod with remarkable composure. Her small frame seemed almost comical, surrounded by beings that towered above her or existed as sentient energy patterns. When invited to respond, she stood slowly. Honorable delegates, Chen began, her voice steady despite the translation lag. We appreciate the Council's assessment. We would, however, like to request a period of grace, say 6 months, to prepare for the inevitable annexation of our territories. Kethvar's mandibles clicked in satisfaction. The Zephyrian Empire finds these terms acceptable. We are, after all, a civilized species. 6 months to prepare your surrender. What the Council didn't know was that Dr. Chen had been stalling for time. For 18 months, ever since humanity had decoded the Council's surveillance transmissions, Earth's greatest minds had been working in absolute secrecy on something the galaxy had never seen before. In the outer reaches of the Sol system, beyond the detection range of even the most sophisticated Council sensors, massive construction projects had been underway. Using techniques borrowed from quantum mechanics and engineering principles that defied conventional physics, humanity had built something unprecedented. 3 months after the Council's declaration, Kethvar received the first disturbing reports from Zephyrian scout ships approaching the Sol system. Long-range sensors detected anomalous readings, massive gravitational signatures that shouldn't exist in that region of space. By the 4th month, every major species in the Council was reporting the same phenomenon. Their deep space monitoring stations were detecting gravitational waves of impossible magnitude originating from human space. On the day before the annexation deadline, Kethvar stood on the bridge of the Zephyrian flagship Dominion's Edge, leading a combined fleet of 200 vessels from 12 different species. It was overkill for conquering a primitive world, but the Council had decided to make an example of humanity. As the fleet dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the Sol system, every sensor array, every detection grid, every sophisticated scanning device simultaneously screamed, warnings that defied comprehension. Blocking out the star itself was a wall of metal and energy that stretched across space like an artificial eclipse. Not one ship, not 10 ships, but thousands upon thousands of vessels arranged in perfect formation. Each dreadnought was easily 10 times the size of the Council's largest battleships, their hulls bristling with weapon systems that registered as unknown technology to even the most advanced species present. Impossible, whispered the crystalline hegemony's fleet commander. No single planet could construct such a fleet. The resource requirements alone. Dr. Chen's voice crackled across the communication channels, transmitted from what appeared to be the bridge of the central command vessel, a ship so massive it had its own gravitational field. "Honorable delegates of the Galactic Council," she said with the same steady composure she'd shown months earlier, "we appreciate your patience during our preparation period. As you can see, we've made some adjustments to our defensive capabilities." Kjorthvar's four eyes struggled to process the tactical display. The human fleet wasn't just blocking out their sun. Similar formations were being reported at every council homeworld simultaneously. Somehow, impossibly, humanity had constructed enough dreadnoughts to darken the skies of 47 different star systems at once. This is impossible," Kjorthvar stammered. "No species has ever achieved such manufacturing capacity. The energy requirements, the raw materials, the coordination." "You're absolutely right," Chen replied pleasantly. "It would be impossible for any species that was still thinking in terms of single-planet resource bases. You see, while you were busy categorizing us as primitive, we were busy asking different questions. Not, how do we mine asteroids, but how do we convince matter itself to reorganize according to our specifications? Not, how do we build bigger ships, but how do we make space itself work for us instead of against us?" The silence that followed was broken only by the soft hum of energy building up in weapons systems that the Council's computers couldn't even classify. "The thing about humans," Chen continued, "is that we've never been very good at accepting limitations. You told us we were defenseless, and we took that as a challenge rather than a fact. So thank you for the 6-month timeline. It was exactly what we needed." As 47 different suns found themselves eclipsed by human engineering, the Galactic Council learned that sometimes the most dangerous species in the universe is the one that doesn't know something is supposed to be impossible. The annexation fleet retreated without firing a single shot.